Welcome in, Cancer. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. For those of you that are new, my name is Lisa. Welcome to Say It Soul Tarot. For those of you returning, welcome back, guys. Again, hope everybody's doing awesome. I did want to give a big shout out to those of you who take the time to subscribe, make a comment, like on the video. Really does make a huge difference. I'm just little, so any support you could throw my way, I'd appreciate that. As always, guys, it's going to be your longer monthly reads for the month of June, but don't be dissuaded by the timestamp. Still could be a message here for you. So, energy is fluid. So, if you're drawn in by the title, definitely there could be a message here that Spirit's trying to get through to you. So, as always, it can be for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, any placement in the sign of Cancer. And as always, guys, general read, cross watchers, feel free to swap energy. Same thing for you, Cancer. I did already pull your oracle cards, and I do this off camera because, really nobody wants to watch me shuffle for like 10 minutes. So I did pull them. You're on the left, your person's on the right. But again, feel free to swap sides or energies if it feels like it resonates that way. And we're going to dive on in here. I'm going to take a look at, talk about your oracle cards, talk about your person here on the right. We're going to pull some tarot, get some feelings for the month of June, as well as some actions. And then at the end of the reading, I will pull some messages from your person's higher self, something you may not know. So hopefully you can stay tuned for that. And yeah, I do, this is a pretty long read, so hopefully you can bear with me here. So from what I'm getting off your cards right off the bat here, Cancer, is that, I feel like you and this person, there has been some sort of separation between the two of you here. I feel like it's been difficult. I feel like you're really missing this person. I feel like you're wondering, is this ever going to come back together or not? I really feel like this is my person. I'm really kind of disillusioned right now, but it looks like to me, I love this, I feel like you are really stepping into your divine feminine energy, and we, male or female, we both have feminine and masculine in us, but really embodying the beautiful Empress energy. So I do love that. I feel like it's hard for Cancer. I feel like Cancers in general to really set healthy boundaries. Just Cancers, we feel deeply, we love deeply, we, want to give it our all when, when we really love somebody. Sometimes that can, result in being, too much of an empath, trying to fix other people, giving too much, over giving, people pleasing, all of the above. So, you did come through. Your animal spirit for the month of June was the octopus. And again, this talks about, kind of having, a lot going on. So I feel like, in June, I want to encourage you to kind of like maybe do some meditation, take some time for yourself, try and be a little bit more focused. I feel like June is going to be demanding. So whether that be, your other responsibilities outside of love, I feel like you are going to be pulled in a bunch of different directions. So again, really just try and ground yourself here. I feel like at some point, the universe is coming in here to help you, to provide some relief. So I don't know, maybe for some of you, you might be short-staffed at work, and your boss is expecting you to put in all these extra hours, and you're already, really taxed and tired, exhausted. But there is going to be some relief coming. So I don't know. This could be financial relief, help, relief, from this person. You might finally hear from this person, because it definitely looks to me like you haven't heard from them in a while. So this could definitely be a TF journey, if you identify being on one. And running, this person ghosting, disappearing, invisible, like, am I going to hear back from this person? Are they going to come back around? And again, kind of, surrendering to the divine, surrendering to this journey that we call life. And but I do like that, you got a leg up as well. So again, help from the universe, and or I feel like the universe is sending someone or something to help you out here, to provide some relief in this situation. So I do feel like June's going to be taxing. This is your card here, the moon. So you are ruled by the moon here, Cancer. This is the mutual energy between the two of you, and the moon really talks about, following that path, that guiding light, even though you don't know where it's going, how it's going to turn out. a lot of fears, a lot of secrets still, a lot of truth still to be told, I feel like, between you and this person. So there's still a lot of things that you don't know. And it's funny that I say that because the bottom of the Sacred Symbols deck here was this knowledge card. So, and then we have safe travel underneath that. So for some of you, this person may be coming to see you. You might be at a distance from them. That might be what this good fortune card is here in your person. So they have good fortune on their side as well. So I feel like there is something. I feel like the universe definitely could be bringing you and this person back together. I don't know for how long, but I feel like there is going to be some communication here between you and them by the end of June. So again, providing you with some relief here. So Spirit's also encouraging you, you know, to show the world the real you, not to be dissuaded by, you know, feeling rejected by this person or abandoned. Again, at the end of the day, you know, you need to be yourself. You need to show up as yourself here, Cancer. And I feel like, you know, that's the most alluring quality about yourself is that big, beautiful heart. And I feel like you don't need to change that. You just need to have healthy boundaries for yourself here in this situation. I feel like it probably took a lot out of you here to possibly stand up to this person, you know, and really stand your ground. I am getting that off of your cards as well. But I feel like at the end of the day, you know, you deserve love. You deserve to be in a happy, healthy, stable relationship. And it might have taken you a while to realize that, but I feel like you are getting there. So I love that. And again, you know, really embracing taking a step back and not chasing this person, this situation anymore. So I feel like maybe for a long time you were doing that. And, you know, if you are in a TF or identify as being on that journey, you know, the other person just keeps running, right? So at some point you need to kind of like, you know, throw up that white flag and like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm just going to look after me. I'm going to, you know, pour all that love and um, healing into myself and, you know, trust in the universe. So that's really what I'm getting. So your person here, it does look like they are exhausted. I feel like this person, I don't want to laugh, but I feel like this person is finally like having the realization that they can't fight it any longer. It's really, so you know that song, I can't fight that feeling by Foreigner. I can't fight this feeling anymore. That's really what I'm getting. So maybe look up that song. I feel like there could be definitely an important message here. I feel like they're tired of fighting it. The tarantula spirit really talks about, you know, finding your path. It's fire energy. So this person could have some Leo in their chart, Leo, Aries, Sag. We got Leo and Sag coming out because that good fortune card is Sag. But with the tarantula here, again, you know, finally, finally stopping that resistance to go down a path. So again, especially if this, you know, this person is, you know, was the runner in this dynamic, I just feel like they're exhausted. They can't fight it anymore. They can't fight their feelings anymore for you, Cancer. So I do feel like, again, they are going to be coming towards you. And I love this, that this person is showing up in this yin energy, because I feel like that was probably what was definitely lacking is, you know, kindness, softness. You know, think of the beautiful yin energy. This is probably my favorite card in this deck. It's just such a beautiful card. I love the soft pink and the flower petals, and you know, there's just a certain softness to it. So I feel like this person is moving into that energy, like divine masculine is moving into that energy and realizing that they need to bring love into the situation here with you. And that is the key here. So they got the key, which is really talks about, you know, how to get things back on track here. The key here is love, right? In any situation, I'm a big believer in, you know, love is always the answer, I feel, in any situation. So I feel like this person is moving towards you in that energy. And again, not being able to sort of like resist it anymore. I feel like they're giving up their resistance. So I do like that. I feel like you are going to be pleasantly surprised at what you find out from this person. And again, I love that that relief card is here. So I don't know, there's some good fortune here on your person's side. So again, universe, works in magical ways here for sure. I believe in magic. And this person is also kind of, their Moonology card is it's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. So again, shedding some sort of negative thought patterns or feelings towards love, that it's not possible or that they don't deserve love. So again, this person's, been working, I feel like, on those internal emotions and trying to, you know, find love in their heart, open their heart is really what I want to say. So let's take a look here at the tarot here. I'm kind of excited about this reading, to be honest. This looks, yeah, it looks good. I'm really getting a lot of, emotions off of your cards here, Cancer. So I'm not surprising, it's Cancer's reading. But let's ask about this talisman key first. And then I'm going to ask about the good fortune card and your relief card and a leg up. And then then we'll pull some feelings. We might already kind of get that coming out, but let's see what we get. So Spirit Angels and Guides, Archangel Michael, please tell me why talisman is here. What is the key to the situation with Cancer in this person? Cancer in this person, what is the talisman here? Why is this card showing up in Cancer's person? So the Nine of Pentacles coming out. Yeah. So this really talks about, Nine of Pentacles can really talk about, the key is, to give those 6 pentacles to yourself and give the other 3 pentacles to your person. Nine of Pentacles really talks about looking after yourself, talks about self-love, talks about, showing up with love, talks about, nurturing, being kind, the Nine of Pentacles is really about looking after yourself, giving that love to yourself. I mean, you can't show up and only have 2 cups, right? So in the past, I feel like this person definitely wasn't maybe giving themselves the self-love that they needed to in order to show up in relationship. And I feel like this person is really tapping into their heart here at this time. I feel like, they know that they need to do that as well. For some of you, this person was in another relationship. If this was third party, this person knows that they need to be 100% available in order to have success with you here, Cancer. So Page of Pentacles is like something they know, something that they're learning, and that they know that in order for the two of you to have a successful relationship, they can't just be, kind of in with one foot. They need to either be all in, be willing to give those pentacles, put in the time, put in the effort, and they need to be available. So I feel like for a lot of you, if this person, was in some sort of karmic situation with somebody else, they need to be available for this to work, right? You're not going to settle for, being an option or being, the side person. So for some of you, definitely this person could have been married when you met them, or could have been in the middle of a divorce, and that could have been kind of going back and forth. This person's staying with them, they're not staying with them, like a lot of roller coaster energy I'm getting for a lot of you. If this person wasn't in a third party, this really talks about this person showing up, with love and knowing that they have to, be willing to give, right? But that starts with ourselves. We have to give that love to ourselves first and feel good about who we are and what we have to offer in order for things to work. So this person as well could have been very selfish in the past. Nine of Pentacles sometimes can be somebody who is only concerned about themselves, and that's not going to work either, right? This person needs to be thinking of your feelings here, Cancer, of what your needs are, and it's not just all about them, right? At the end of the day. So those are all things your person, I feel like, is learning. and they know that they need to make these changes in order to open their heart to come towards you more open-hearted and be giving, right? So let's see here what we get on relief. Tell me about this relief card here for Cancer. What's this relief coming in June? What is this relief? Why is relief showing up here for Cancer in June? Justice. So that's cause and effect. So karmic justice, something coming out in your favor here. So something that was unfair in the past is, getting rebalanced, Cancer. And again, something turning out in your favor. So if this person was in a third party, it looks to me like, there definitely could be some justice here that, yeah, they're finally getting divorced, or they're finally leaving their person. It could definitely be something like that. Can you tell me more about relief and justice? There's the Empress. I love it. So now this person can move towards you. So I like it. I love it. Again, getting what you deserve. So you also might have some sort of other reward coming from the universe. Let's ask about a leg up. What's this leg up here for Cancer? What's this leg up card for Cancer? Three of Pentacles. Things are going to work out. So coming together, collaborating. I feel like things are going to improve in your work situation as well. You might get a raise, something in the 3D with that Three of Pentacles. But I feel like cooperation. So if you felt like, the universe was kind of like not working in your favor, I feel like things are turning around, working in your favor. And look at that. We have the Ten of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Tower. And then the King of Swords, Six of Cups. Yeah, so for some of you, again, I feel like if you thought this situation was over, it could never turn around, it's never going to turn around. It looks like things are turning around in this situation with this person. Let's ask about their good fortune card. I'm kind of curious. What's this good fortune card here in Cancer's persons? Energy, spirit, what's this good fortune? What is this good fortune about? Ace of Pentacles, an opportunity to grow, to start over, to plant a seed. We have to plant the seed first here before we can get to any kind of Ten of Pentacles. This person, they might have gotten some money. Tell me about the Ace of Pentacles here. They could have won some money. They could have gotten a raise, a job. Eight of Wands. They could have, an offer could have been accepted. So I don't know. If this was third party, they could have made an offer to their person. Eight of Wands also talks about travel. So for some of you, if this is at a distance, there's going to be an opportunity for you and them to possibly get together. So this gives me kind of last minute energy, like, maybe you haven't seen this person in a while, and, they now have the opportunity to get together, to travel towards to see you. So again, maybe this person, you only see this person when they come to your city for work. There's going to be an opportunity presented to themselves, and it looks like there's going to be some sort of movement here. This person also might offer to take you somewhere, so as well. So expect the unexpected. I want to say expect the unexpected here, Cancer. All right, I like it. I feel like you're going to be surprised. So it's no wonder we saw the Tower. Again, I feel like something you thought was completely maybe done or over is, having a big turnaround here in June. So let's ask about feelings. How does this person currently feel about my Cancers? How does this person feel about Cancer? True and deepest feeling, Spirit. How does this person feel about Cancer? What is in this person's heart? So we have the Queen of Swords, the Hierophant, Ace of Cups, can't make it up. So you got two aces out already. This person wants to make it clear. I feel like it's clear to this person now that you and them met each other for a reason. The Hierophant is a spiritual teacher. This person, it's clear to this person that they want to have a new beginning here with you, Cancer, that they do care about you. And again, I feel like there's going to be an opportunity in June for you and them to come together in the 3D. I feel like it's going to be in the 3D. So I do like it. So let's see how you're feeling about this person. Yeah, there's gonna have a lot of healing is gonna happen. It's gonna take a lot of work though, you know. How does Cancer feel about this person, Spirit? How is Cancer feeling about this person? How does Cancer feel about this person? Four Pentacles, kind of protecting yourself here, Cancer, and I don't blame you. Nine of Wands. Two of Wands. Ace of Wands. The Hangman. Can I get one more? The Devil. Four of Swords. I had a feeling that was going to come out. High Priestess. The Lovers. Sorry, guys. It's a lot of cards for your feelings. Ten of Swords. All right. So this was, I do feel like for a lot of you, this is a TF reading. So again, doesn't have to be, but it's really what's coming through here. So Cancer, this person, you know, really betrayed you. This person really, like, definitely this person triggered your spiritual awakening. So again, that's why I really feel like this is a, you know, very special connection. This person, you know, definitely put you on the path. It's forced you to deal with a lot of your own insecurities, a lot of your own fears here. I feel like you're in your heart, you were still holding on to the situation, but also needing and knowing that you need to protect yourself. You need to have healthy boundaries with this person. You know, is this really just a physical thing? You know, is this really all this person really wanted from me? That kind of made me feel like an option, made me feel used even on some level. But I feel like, you know, this person's return, again, there's still that passion in your heart. That passion is still burning for and yearning for this person. Again, you know, a lot of unhealthy, I feel like you see this person a lot more clearly than you did before here, Cancer, and spent a lot of time trying to really figure out what's going on here and like what's the dealio with this person, this situation. You know, but I feel like, you know, at the end of the day here, intuitively, you know, you feel this connection with this person. But the Ten of Swords, man, I mean, that's no joke. You know, those 10 swords were in your back here, Cancer. So again, I feel like you're happy to hear from this person because it's kind of like a little bit of validation about, you know, your heart and like the strong pull that you feel towards this person. But you also know that this person, you know, caused a lot of heartache, a lot of pain for you. And, you know, I feel like you know that that's part of the journey. It's not an easy journey to be on. But at the end of the day here, I feel like, you know, this connection is, you know, outside of the realm of, you know, the 3D. I feel like you know it. They know it. Like this just wasn't, you know, some casual hookup. This, you know, was something very profound. There's a reason why you and this person met each other. So that is a hard, really hard thing to walk away from. And I feel like you did that, Cancer. So good on you, for sure. You know, realizing that you need to kind of like take a step back. This person needs to do some healing. So I feel like you are going to be really happy to hear from this person. Again, I feel like it's almost more like validating what you were feeling intuitively with this situation with this person, that they really did care about you, even if they came across as not, showing that they did on the surface, or that this was really just more about, you know, intimacy and kind of like hooking up, not really supposed to be about love. Again, I feel like this person is done resisting that, but I feel like you are, going to be, analyzing and really paying attention to this person's actions. You know, does this person have good intentions now? Have they actually learned anything? So let's see here. What actions is this person going to take towards my Cancer? I feel like there is going to be an opportunity to get together. Actions towards Cancer, please, from this person in June. Actions from this person towards Cancer, please. Ace of Swords, some truth revealed. We talked about that earlier with your oracle cards. Tell me more. The Death card, Eight of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. So I feel like there's definitely going to be a conversation about, rebirthing, bringing this thing back to light, reinvigorating this relationship. There's Archangel Michael, Temperance, and then the Queen of Wands and the Page of Wands, taking action, down this path, taking an opportunity here to come together. Again, I feel like there's a lot of overthinking here. And I don't blame you here, Cancer, because man, this person definitely put you through it. Has this person changed? If I don't see any changes, then I don't know if I can trust them. I feel like it's going to take a long time and a lot of effort on this person's part for you to kind of like regain and reopen your heart. I feel like your heart isn't, you know, closed off completely to this person, but I do feel like you're feeling like you need to protect yourself because you really don't want to go down this road again. Don't want to repeat a cycle. If things are moving forward, they definitely need to be different. And so I feel like, you're going to be happy to hear from this person, but at the end of the day, you're going to be on like high alert, right? Watching for any kind of like major red flags right off the bat. Like, has anything changed? So you definitely might say that to this person when you see them, but I feel like there is going to be an opportunity for you and them to get together here in the Wheel of Fortune. So be prepared, Cancer. I want to see where the Tower is. I just want to see what it's next to. Because I feel like this is going to be a bit of a surprise. And actually, maybe check in your chart and see if you have what's hitting Uranus this month in June. Because it definitely could be around that time. All right, so we have the Queen of Cups, which is your card, Cancer, and the Six of Cups. So yeah, I feel like you are. And then we have the Emperor, Ten of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Six of Swords. So this person is wanting to, show up with love, like we already kind of talked about. And I feel like they're already moving into that yin energy. And I feel like what you're not aware of is that this person does want to get to the other side of that. So they want to get back on good terms here with you, Cancer. Try and work through your differences, possibly come to some sort of compromise. I want to say compromise. All right, messages to Cancer from this person. Something Cancer might not know. All right, we have, why do I deserve someone like you? Tell me more. I don't know who I am anymore. I can't stop thinking about you. childhood trauma. I talked about that. That's, one of the, obviously probably the biggest wound is probably abandonment from childhood. Not always, but I feel like that's the, one of the majors. Anything else for Cancer here? This person wants to say. All right, bottom of the deck. I wish to be like you. And then we have, don't wait for me, please. I need to figure myself out. So I feel like that's what this person's been doing in separation between you and them here, Cancer. Obviously, this person, is thinking about you 24/7. Again, triggering each other to do that healing, to do that learning, to do that growing. And again, I feel like, one thing you might not know or might not realize is that, this person is pretty insecure. They don't, they didn't feel like they could give you either what you deserved or what was fair. So I feel like on some level here, this person, I don't feel like they ever really had malicious intentions. I just feel like things snowballed between the two of you, and again, and this definitely could have started out as something that was not supposed to last, that this was supposed to be something, very flirtatious and short-lived, and it's turned into this. So here you are now, Cancer. So yeah, there's some insecurity on your person's part, that they didn't deserve you, that they, I feel like that's actually been a mirror for both of you. And then, really admiring you, even though I feel like this person would kill them to tell you that. Or they're not good at, expressing that. But I love that I wish to be like you is here, because again, I feel like Cancer, you show up with that big, beautiful heart. And I feel like sometimes you feel like it's not seen or not appreciated. But at the end of the day, I want you to know that this person actually does see that, and they do admire that about you, and they wish that they could be more like you. So, so that's, a huge compliment. So make sure you take that compliment, okay? So guys, I'm going to end your reading here. Hopefully it resonated. If it did resonate, if you let me know by hitting the like button and or subscribing, making a comment really does make a huge difference. And again, thank you so much for your time. Sending out lots of love and light, and hopefully I'll see you in your mid-month. Take care, guys.